Hello audiophiles of the internet, and welcome to Audio 46, your headphone destination. I'm Franco, and today we'll be taking a look at the latest true wireless earbud offering from Sennheiser, the CX400BT. Let's talk headphones. Last year, Sennheiser made waves in the wireless earbud space with the release of the Momentum True Wireless, and shortly thereafter, the release of the Momentum True Wireless 2, which featured a longer battery life and active noise cancellation. Now Sennheiser has come up with another true wireless earbud, the CX400BT, which comes at a lower price point and a few different features which we'll break down for you in a little bit. First, let's take a look. If you look inside the box here, right when you open up, we have this little black superior sound card, which lays on the top. Underneath that, we have the quick guide, which is going to get you set up with your pairing, your powering, and all your touch controls on the side pad. Next up is the case, which you can see here is relatively simple, very straightforward black plastic charging case. And obviously the earbuds themselves are located right in here. On the bottom, this little panel opens up and unfolds where you can see our charging cable, which is a USB with a USB-C on the other end that plugs into the charging case. And then if you open these up here, you have the different silicone ear adapters, and you have your safety guide on the inside. You can see the charging case here, and it's fairly nice. It's a pretty standard smooth plastic material with a few nice touches like the shiny silver Sennheiser logo on the top. And the same thing with the brand name on the inside. It has an LED indicator light that'll change from red to green to yellow depending on how much charge the case is currently holding. Overall, the case is definitely not quite as striking as the fabric-covered charging case of the Momentum models, but it will certainly get the job done and does not look bad by any means. A very minimalist, sleek, smooth design. Now onto the earbuds themselves. Again, we're looking at the same black plastic material here, so it's all very uniform, very clean, very basic in style, with nothing super distinguishing or notable on the design front. You can see here they kind of have a rounded, rectangular, hybrid type shape, presumably to try to cut down on the bulk a little bit, but the size is still very close to the other Momentum models. The outside, which features another silver Sennheiser logo, is the touchpad, which is going to control all your functions here. You can see the only real pop of color is this gold here, which are the magnets that lock into the case. These work really well, by the way, so you do not have to worry about these falling out at all. Overall, very smooth, very monochromatic, and very visually unobtrusive, which kind of seems to be the design philosophy here all around. As far as the fit of these go, I actually really like them. All you have to do is place in and twist, and they create a really nice, tight, snug seal around the ear. As far as the look, these are still pretty conspicuous, and they kind of jut out a little bit. There's a little bit of bulk there, and they're going to stick out and be more noticeable than you might be used to with an AirPod or some kind of equivalent. Obviously not a deal breaker, just something worth noting. One of the biggest features here that is different from the Momentum 2s is that these CX400BTs do not feature active noise cancellation, which is one of the bigger reasons for the lower price point. I do have to say that due to the snug fit and depending on what size ear adapter you use, these actually do provide very decent passive noise cancellation just by virtue of the way they lock into the ear so tightly. It's obviously not going to be a suitable replacement if you need all ambient noise replaced, but you can pretty easily block out much of the outward interference of a reasonably noisy place like a crowded room or even a street, for example. Battery life here is 7 hours in the earbud itself, with 20 hours total if you keep the case fully charged. This is not a ton, and there's certainly longer lasting options, but it's definitely enough to get you through the day if you're going to charge up every night. The connection here is super solid. The CX400BT is a device that utilizes Bluetooth 5.1 technology and features both AAC and aptX compatibility, which is fantastic for a pair of wireless earbuds that's hovering in this lower price range. Another thing that you get with the CX400BT is that it uses the same Sennheiser Smart Control app that you could configure with the Momentum 2s. The app is really straightforward and easy to use, and it allows you to customize your experience to a fairly detailed degree. If you open it up here, you can see the CX400BT listed right there. If you go to Connections, it'll show you all of your devices you have logged in with the app, which you can switch between. And now I'll go back and open up this equalizer feature, which allows you to customize your listening experience depending on what it is you're out to do. The first interface here is the 3D waveform display that you can edit by moving the little circle around here, depending on which frequencies you want to boost or cut. Or if it's more intuitive or quicker for you, you can scoot over to the second interface, which is a very simple 3 lines for bass, mids, and treble, and you can adjust these sliders up and down along the lines until you are content. Also really nice about the app, if you go back to the home page and click your settings in the top corner, you go over to the control section to earbuds customization, where you can change any of the commands on the touchpads. You simply click either side, left or right, and assign what functions the various actions will take. The functions on the touchpad right out of the box are pretty simple and pretty intuitive. 1 tap on the left will pause and play the song, 2 taps on the left will go to the previous song, and if you hold down the left touchpad, it'll decrease the volume. On the right side, 1 tap will activate your device's voice assistant, 2 taps will skip to the next song, and a hold down will increase the volume. Or if you decide that you just don't want to deal with it at all, you can go into the app and disable all the touchpad settings. I personally changed the settings just a smidge so that a single tap on either side could pause or play, because that upped the convenience factor just a little bit for me, especially since these don't have an auto pause option. As you can see has been the pattern here, both the designs and the features on here are very good and functional, but not over the top or super indulgent, especially when compared to the Momentum models. They're standard in a way that won't get in the way of your enjoyment. After doing some listening, it seems evident that much of the effort here went not into the design, but into the sound quality, which is legitimately fantastic. For starters, these share the same 7mm dynamic driver as the pricier Momentum 2s, and the sound quality has been replicated here. When you first fire these up, the sound signature is relatively flat, providing a pretty equal balance between the different frequencies, which give you plenty of room to play around with the equalizer to customize to what you like. On the low end, the bass frequencies have a really nice response here in terms of presence and volume, and they provide a great amount of clarity and timbre integrity while not sacrificing the thump that you might want if you're listening to hip-hop, heavier rock, or even some really dramatic classical. I listened to "Oh Devil" by Electric Guest while I was using these, and the pulse of the electric drums and the synth bass fill the bottom of the sonic picture really powerfully while still maintaining a good amount of separation between them. The mid-range is very clear and detailed with great amounts of instrument separation and lots of room for different elements to lay over one another with precision and no muddiness at all. Listening to my same reference song, the higher staccato synth parts hit with a bit more of a sparkly echo than they do in less high-resolution headphones, which gave a really nice depth to the resonance that I hadn't heard before in earphones in this same price point. The high end also sounds clear and crisp for the most part, but the one thing I notice is that it can get a little piercing in a more trebly song if you're wanting to crank that volume up pretty high. I took a listen to Last of Our Kind by The Darkness, which features a lot of high whining vocals and upper range guitar solos, and it seemed to be pushing the sound just a tad. It required a little bit of fiddling with the EQ, but still sounded mostly excellent when all was said and done. Overall, the CX400BT is a truly fantastic wireless earbud which features all of the audio and engineering excellence that you would expect from the good folks over at Sennheiser. It's a little light on the bells and whistles that took the Momentum 2s to the next level, but if you're looking for a more affordable option that won't sacrifice any sonic integrity, then this is the one for you. These are great for you if you like a minimalist classic design, you want a customizable sound experience, and you want real premium quality sound while on the go. These may not be for you if you're looking for a super long battery life, or if the lack of active noise cancellation is a deal breaker for you. Have any questions or just want to let us know what you think of these? Then drop us a line in the comments below. And don't hesitate to go to our website at audio46.com to check out our blogs and other reviews, or drop into our store on 46th Street in New York City to come say hi and try these out for yourself. I'm Franco with Audio46, your headphone destination. See you soon.